Good day, Robert Farrell here. I'm going to share with you how to earn $200,000 online within the next 12 to 15 months. Now, if you think that this is nonsense, then stop the video right now. Go do something else with your life. I've been in the online trenches since 1995. I have thousands of students that earn 5, 6, and some 7-figure incomes by working smart online. Now, if you don't think that this is possible, tell that to Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world. 27 years ago, he was selling books out of his parents' garage. Boy, what happened to him now? So if you want to learn how to do this, it's about working smart online with the right training, the right tools, and more importantly, the right attitude. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to be very brutally honest with you. Do you know 4% of the people that do online marketing or online sales, only 4% of the people actually make any kind of money? By any kind of money, I mean the other side of $55,000, $60,000 a year. That's 4 out of 100 people succeed. The rest fail. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you why it is. They didn't have the right tools or the right approach, but more importantly, the real reason why they failed is they just gave up. Their expectations were too high. They thought, oh, if I sign up for something, I'll make like $5,000 by the end of the month. This is nonsense. Well, you're not going to make $5,000 anytime soon. You need to treat this like a serious business. But if you watch the rest of this live webcast, I will share with you step by step how this is 100% possible. Not only that, I have thousands of students doing this. Now, I could think of about 35 plus students over the past couple of years that signed up for my program, watched my videos, and they made no money. Because after about a week, they just gave up, or 2 weeks, they gave up. They thought, well, if I don't have enough to pay my rent. Let me explain something to you. There's no guarantees in life. In fact, I guarantee nothing. I don't know what your work ethic is. I don't know what kind of notes. I don't know what your study habits are. But if you stick with this program, it's the same technique that Jeff Bezos and millions of other people use online. Basically, it's affiliate sales. Now, I know that's a bad word to some people, but most people abuse it because they don't know how it's done. So let me show you one of my students' websites, Becky. Okay, so this is Becky. I'm going to share with you 2 of her websites. She launched this about 2 weeks ago. She's already made, combined on both sites, she's made close to $1,400 on these websites. Okay, so here's our website, beckys.onlinerecipes.store. Now you might think, well, how can I possibly make money with an online recipe store? Well, this is what you're not thinking about, okay? You want to get in the habit of understanding low-hanging fruit. So let's understand something. Do you think it's easier a month to sell 10 iPhones or to sell 10 coffee purchases on Amazon or Williams-Sonoma or Walmart? Of course, the answer is coffee. Well, how is coffee sales going to make you any kind of money? Well, because that's going to engage people to your site. And once they're on your site, that doesn't mean what? Coffee drinkers don't buy iPhones? Coffee drinkers don't take trips to Europe? Of course they do. So let me go back to Becky's site and share with you what I'm talking about. So on her site, she's got all kinds of interesting videos. Now, Becky did not create any of these recipes. I have software that will curate these recipes directly from YouTube based on keywords. Burger recipes as an example. So if I go to this burger recipe and I want to basically drive traffic to my website with this burger recipe. Now, I apologize about the little slowness here because I'm live webcasting at the same time on the same computer. So this might take a second to come up. Okay, now here's what I want to share with you. Becky wants to drive traffic to her website because she wants to sell things. She wants to sell coffee, tea. She wants to sell maybe ingredients. So what better way to get somebody to come to your website than engage them with a high traffic video that you can get from YouTube? So as an example, if I click on this turkey burger recipe, and I now want to share this on my social media. So this is how simple it is to do. Now, what I caution you about is if you want to be successful online, then stop selling. What I mean by that, start engaging with people, start offering value. So here's a good example of this. If Becky wants to sell coffee, which is the #1 selling drug in America, Do you know 450 million people a day drink coffee in America? There's 450 million cups of coffee, I should say. There's 450 cups of coffee drank every single day in America. So think about the opportunity, low-hanging fruit. Now let's think about what's going on with this shutdown. People are buying through the roof toilet paper, hand sanitizer, disinfectant. Those are things to sell, and those are reasons to get people to come to your website. So let's go back to Becky's site for a second. Okay, so now Becky wants to basically show this turkey burger recipe on her Facebook page. So she simply clicks down here, and that's going to take her right to Facebook. Again, the connection's a little slow because I'm doing live streaming at the same time. But while that's loading, let's go back and let me share something with you. So here's the mistake that people make. They think they're going to sign up for a Amazon account, a Walmart affiliate account, and they're going to put those products on their social media. Wrong. That's not going to work. First of all, you will get banned from YouTube because YouTube and Facebook, or I'm sorry, Facebook in particular, doesn't allow affiliate links. So how do you sell coffee on a platform that doesn't offer affiliate links or basically bans affiliate links? Well, you don't post the coffee ad, you post coffee recipes. Very engaging. That's going to get people to drive traffic to your website. Once they're on your website, sell them whatever your niche is about. By the way, I should have started by saying that I have a complete turnkey niche system, niche, whatever you want to call it. I've curated over 55 different niches, from do-it-yourself construction at home to gluten-free diet, to weight loss, to recipes, to workout fitness videos, everything curated from YouTube. I didn't create any original videos. So let's get back to that. So pop quiz, would you respond better? Let's say that you want to buy a coffee maker and you're thinking about buying a coffee maker, but you're not sure. You see an ad for a coffee maker, 20% off. Now you may respond to that, but would you respond better to the 10 best coffee maker reviews? Exactly. So you curate that from YouTube, you put that on your niche website about coffee, tea, snacks, beverages, et cetera, or your website about kitchen gadgets, et cetera, and you post that on your social media. So let's go back to Becky's website for a second. So now basically she clicked right here, and now she could post this on her social media. Now, here's what I highly suggest you do. Do not, hang on, let me bring this up here, off to the right here. Do not post this on your Facebook profile page. Make a separate page for that particular niche. So as an example, if you're going to have a recipe website, then have a Facebook recipe page. If you're going to have the best deals to travel in Europe website, niche website, then have a travel page in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, et cetera. That's working smart. If you're going to draw a certain niche of demographic of people, then appeal to them with a sister or a companion website. Don't post it on your Facebook page, profile page. So let's get back to this for a second. So if I click over here to Becky's website, what I would do is I would basically pick your Facebook page. Now since I don't have access to Becky's website, I just happen to have an online recipe page. Okay, so here's what you would do. You would post that video to your basically page that matches up with your website. Again, if it's going to be a do-it-yourself home construction website niche, then create yourself a do-it-yourself home construction Facebook page and Instagram page, et cetera. So I would start out by typing, and I'm not going to bore you with my typing because I type with 2 fingers. But I would basically say, hey, have you tried this turkey recipe yourself? Do you have your own turkey recipe to share? And then I might put something like hashtag turkey burgers matter or hashtag healthy turkey burgers, et cetera. So what I want to share with you is a way of working smart online with social media. So rule number 1, takeaway. Don't post products on your social media, post engaging recipes. Here's another idea. So let's go back to Becky's fitness website. So let's say Becky wanted to sell the Peloton $4,500 or NordicTrack life cycle or spin cycle. Well, she's going to be hard pressed to basically sell that off social media. But rather than basically post the NordicTrack or the spin cycle on her social media, why not post a workout video or a review? NordicTrack versus XYZ product, et cetera, et cetera. That's working smart, one step at a time. Now, I did mention that if you want to, hang on one second, I need to bring something up here. Just bear with me one second. I want to bring up my calculator. So I did mention the topic of this webcast is how to make $200,000 in the next 12 to 15 months. Now, I want to be very candid with you. I have students that have done this in 7 or 8 months. Sometimes it could take you up to 2 years. But let's be practical about this. There's no guarantees, but if you stick with it, the possibilities are greatly improved. So what I want to share with you is simple math and share with you the roadmap of how you can make $200,000 plus using my technique. Now, again, my website packages, I'm going to pull up my website again here in a second. So this is my niche marketing website, and I have a complete turnkey system I will share with you in just a second. As soon as this loads up here. So if you take a look at my website, I'm going to hide the privacy, okay, and I'm going to hide the Facebook pop-up. So if you basically come to my site, nichebuilders.club, you'll have access to all these domain names. So that's what separates. There's nothing like this on the market. End of story. I've researched this for years. It took me 18 months. It took me 8 months to put this whole system together. I've been using it for close to 12 years. So as an example, you can be your brand.onlinemens.store, or you could be becky.cookingonlinestore, or your name.shoppingsmarthomegadgets.store, et cetera, et cetera. So my turnkey system comes with tons of predefined domain names. Now, of course, you can add your own domain name, but that's not very smart because then that's more expensive. I already basically curated. I own over 14,000 keyword-rich domain names. You'll have access in this particular case to about 50 of them that you can use. So let's get back to the site for a second. So you'll notice that I have different package prices. So I have a 5-site package that goes for $299 every 3 months. Now, let's understand something for a second. I intentionally set it up this way because I didn't want to have you sweat it out that you pay a fee this month and you're paying a fee next month. Now, if you're serious about making money, let me explain something to you, Business 101. There are no free lunches. Free doesn't have any value. If you think you're going to do this for free, is it possible? Yes, it is. I built this thing. But software costs money, hosting costs money. So if you want to do this, take my information and do this for free, hey, knock yourself out. But you're going to spend the next 6 to 8, 9 months just trying to figure out the correct plugins to use. My system comes with premium plugins from WordPress. It's a WordPress-based system. So you could basically research. I already did all the heavy lifting for you is what I'm trying to explain to you. So if I click back into here, you'll notice that the sites come out to about $20 a month on the 5-site package, $20 a month. So think about this. Where can you go into business for $20 a month in a real opportunity? And that's all this is, boys and girls, guys and gals, people from New Jersey. What this is an opportunity. So how much money can you make with this if you chose to do nothing? How much money can you make with this? Totally up to you. Totally serious, how serious you are. Like I said, I have students that basically have earned 6 figures within 6 to 8 months. I have some students that it takes them a couple of years to work up to that. But they're at least going into a year, 12, 13 months, they're at least making $75,000, $80,000 a year. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I have students that signed up for my program, watched my videos, and again, like I said before, I've made zippo, nothing. Because after a week or 10 days, they're like, they just give up. You wouldn't open up a ice cream store on Fifth Avenue or Hometown USA and give up after 2 weeks, nor could you, because you're probably locked into a 10-year, 5-year lease. So let me share with you what I'm talking about with my turnkey system here. So I'm going to bring up my calculator again for a second and drag it over here. Okay, now here's how this works. I'm going to do a split screen here for a second. So as great as it is to earn with Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, anybody you're affiliate for, because my websites basically will let you earn with any affiliate program. So as great as those products are, quite frankly, they don't pay as much. But before we get into the roadmap to a $200,000 a year income within 12 to 15 months, let me share something else with you, okay? So let me bring up the calculator again. Let me go full screen here with the calculator. Okay, now, again, I said earlier, is it easier to sell 10 iPhones a month or 10 coffee sales? Well, the answer is pretty obviously 10 coffee sales. Now, again, it could be coffee, it could be hand sanitizer, toilet paper, anything that's people buy on a regular basis, toothpaste, et cetera, et cetera. Now, understand something. Just because they bought coffee from you doesn't mean they can't buy a tractor from you. Now I'm having fun with you. I couldn't believe that Amazon actually sells tractors. But think about the possibilities. If they're your customer for a product, they could be your customer for any product. So let me share with you again some very simple math. So according to Amazon, I'm going to tell you what Amazon says, and then I'm going to be very conservative and be more conservative than what Amazon's factual information is. According to Amazon, the average buyer spends $2,700 a year. Okay, so put that off to the side. The average buyer on Amazon spends $2,700 a year. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative, even though that's factual information. So let's think about this. You have 5 niche websites. By the way, even if you can afford it, I would highly suggest don't sign up for 10 or 15 or 20 niche sites. Spend the next 3 months or so honing your skills with 5 niche websites. You'll be way ahead of the game, and you can make your $200,000 a year in 12 to 15 months with 5 niche websites. And I'll explain how that's done in just a minute, but I just want to talk about Amazon, Walmart, low-hanging fruit. So you have 5 niche sites. So again, this doesn't happen in a day. Maybe it takes you a month. Maybe it takes you 6 weeks to build up a customer base. So you're basically selling 5 coffee sales or 5 $1, $2, $3 sales a day off your website. Again, I want you to stick with me for a second. So that's 5 sales a day. Now you have 5 websites. So that's times 5. So that's 25 sales a day. Now forget the dollar amount. This is just people. 25 customers a day between your 5 niche websites that are buying, I don't know, toothpaste. They're buying toothpicks. They're buying whatever. It doesn't matter what they're buying. They become your customer. Well, if you take that number times 365, because the last time I checked, there's 365 days outside of a leap year. That's 9,125 people, customers, that have bought something from you. It could have been $1, it could have been $5, et cetera, et cetera. Now, recall a second ago that I did say that Amazon said there's 2,700 people spend $2,700 a year. Now, again, I want to be very conservative with that number. So I'm going to knock that down to $500 a year, which is basically $50 a month. Hey, I live in an apartment across from Central Park in New York City, and I have a lot of elderly people in my building, 80, 90. Sad to say, there's a neighbor of mine that just passed away back in April. She was 100 and a couple of months year old. Very sad, very nice woman. Ball of cherries, big laughs. So even my elderly neighbors That's $500 a year. $500 a year on Amazon is $50 a month, or actually it's $600 is 50. So take that number, $500 a year on Amazon. So let's go back to my calculator for a second. So again, 5 people a month, 5 people a day rather, times 5 sites is 25. 25 times 365 is 9,125 customers. Forget the dollar amount, customers. But Amazon says that the average person spends $2,700 a year. Well, we're not going to multiply that times $2,700. I want to be very, very conservative with you. So let's take that times 500 in a year, $500 in a year. That is, yes, that's $4.5 million. Now, before you jump out of your seat, you're not making $4.5 million. Amazon is going to pay you anywhere between 4% and 10%. Again, I want to be conservative. I don't want to fill your head with nonsense. So let's say 5% times 5%. Well, that right there is $228,000 a year just on those customers. Okay. So let's do that again. Okay. So if you have 5 people buy coffee from you, or toothpaste, or hand sanitizer, you have 5 niche marketing sites. And again, maybe it takes you 6 weeks, 8 weeks, maybe it takes you 2 months to work up to this. Times 5, times 365. Okay. So that's that number times 500, which is the 4.5 million gross number, times 5%. Okay, that's $228,000. Now, did you sell iPhones? No. You basically got people engaged with you as a customer. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate for you for a second. Why would somebody come to my website to buy Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, Saks Fifth Avenue, Williams-Sonoma products, Dick's Sporting Goods products? Why wouldn't they just go to those websites? Why would they go to your website to buy? Here's why. Here's why they're going to engage with you. Because you basically established the trust on social media. You're not trying to sell them. You're engaging them with content. So there's a little bit of a trust factor. But here's more important reason why they're going to do business with you. Okay, let's paint a scenario here. You approach somebody on social media, or your friend from high school, or your neighbor, or somebody that you carpool with, et cetera, et cetera. You say, hey, I got this website for buying coffee. You're going to get 3 responses. You're going to get, hey, Robert, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just going to go to Williams-Sonoma and buy my coffee there. Good. Hey, you're still on my Christmas card list. Scenario number 2. Hey, Robert, I checked out your website. Yeah, I'll check out your website. Yeah. Oh, and you get commission for stuff? Hey, good for you. Good side hustle. I'm happy for you. Here's the best scenario. And this gets right into the 6 figures, an easier way to get there. Hey, Robert, I checked out your website. It's amazing. How did you get your website? Bingo. So let's go back to Becky's website for a second and share with you something very valuable. You'll notice on her website, and this is on all my students' website, that there's a banner ad depending on the niche. Like in Becky's fitness website, there'd be a banner ad. How would you like to get a website like this, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So I can't tell you how valuable this is. My statistics in the past 3 to 5 years, based on student feedback, have taught me that for every 20 people that come to your website, 2 people will click on that banner ad, which increases your opportunity to offer my products to people. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's something called FOMO. FOMO is fear of missing out. So if you think about this, people get excited when they see that you're making money, because unlike a raw affiliate program, when you're just selling for the commission, you own the product. Let me give you an example of this. If I owned a BMW dealership and I was going to hire you as my salesperson, do you think I want you driving around in a Hyundai or a Lexus or a Toyota? No. I want you to walk the walk and talk the talk. I want you driving around in a BMW. Okay? So I don't even want you driving around in a Rolls Royce, Maybach, Lamborghini. I want you to walk the walk and talk the talk. So how valuable do you think that is when somebody goes to your website and they see that you own 5, 6, 8, 10? My average student after about 8, 9 months owns about 17 different niche websites, because the more you own, the bigger your opportunity is. So let's think about this very practically. Can you make money with one niche site? Yeah, you can, but 5 is better than 1 because you can start cross-promoting. Keep in mind, even though I've been online for 25 years, do I have all the answers? Oh, hell no. That's why I would never do things like drop shipping. Couldn't tell you what's going to sell, the blue chair, the red chair. What do I know? What do I care? I don't want to own inventory. That's the advantage of being an affiliate, is you don't own anything. In fact, guess what? Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Williams-Sonoma, Saks Fifth Avenue, they're going to tell you their best selling products for selfish reasons. They don't want you selling their crap. They want you basically to walk the walk and talk the talk. They want you to sell what sells. So let's go back to my calculator for a second. So here's an exciting opportunity. So part of Becky's income has come from offering my turnkey packages, and she didn't really have to sell anything. People came to her site. So think about this. I don't know where you guys shop, but let's say that you're on a Target website or a Saks Fifth Avenue website, and there's a banner that said, how would you like to get a website like this? I think out of pure interest and fascination, you would be intrigued. I know I would. Well, that's exactly what this is. You have the opportunity to have a website. Your viewers, your customers, people coming to your website have the opportunity to get their own website. So here's how it works. You have 5 niche sites. I definitely start out with 5. I wouldn't push past 5 for at least, I would definitely go the other side of 6 months. Hone your skill with 5. You have 5 niche sites, and this is based on statistics, and this is lowballing, okay? What if you were to sell 3 a month? Not 3 a day, not 3 a week, 3 a month. People come to your site, and they happen to buy my turnkey website. Well, the last time I checked, 3 times 12 is 36. 36 people bought my turnkey package, which is $299 every 3 months. So that's $299 times 4. Okay, that's $1,196. $1,196 that 36 people bought. 3 people a month. Now, keep in mind, maybe 1 month you sold 2, the next month you sold 2, the next month you sold 4, the next month you sold 3. It averages out to 36 people a year. So times 36, okay? That's $43,000 a year. Now, again, that's gross sales. I'm going to pay you a minimum of 20%. Now, the reason I'm saying a minimum, because if I see that you're out there hustling and grinding, I'm going to reward you with a better income structure, 25%. 30%, et cetera, et cetera. Now, that's not very much money, but you didn't have to dig ditches for it. It was one step at a time. But here's where it gets cuckoo crazy, and this is the roadmap to a simpler way to 6 figures. So the people that you sold to, let me explain this very simply. If you sell, I shouldn't even say the word sell. Somebody buys one of my niche turnkey systems based on your website. They go to my website. I have a full back-end rewards program. You can track everything. You can see. You can offer all kinds of cool stuff. So they buy from you. You're making 20%. So let's say you sell to Ralph. Ralph is a big buyer of my websites, by the way. You sell to Ralph. You're making 20%. Ralph sells to Becky. That's exactly how Becky got her site, by the way. It wasn't Ralph, it was somebody else. So the person that you sold from your website, you're going to make 20%, which in this particular case is Ralph. The person Ralph sells to, you're also going to make 20%. Incidentally, I recently changed that to 20%. It used to be 10%. but I really want to kick this in gear and explode the market with my turnkey system. So watch this. You're going to go totally insane with this. So if you take those same 36 people, because keep in mind, 3 people a month. Now, let's say the people you sold to weren't as of aggressive. Maybe they only sold 2 a month. That's 24 a year. So that's 36 times 24 times $299, because my websites are $299 every 4 months, every 3 months rather. Okay, so that's $11.96. Okay, so keep that number in your head, $11.96, which is $299 times 4. So again, if you take 24 people, or actually 36 people a year, and the people that you sold to 2 a month, that's 24 people a year. That's 864 people who have bought my 5-site package directly or indirectly from you, times $11.96, because that's how much you're paying for the year. That's $1,333,000. I'm going to pay you a minimum of 20%. And right there is $206,000. Now, let's play devil's advocate. Okay? Let's cut that in half. Okay? Let's take that number and divide by 2. And let's take that number and divide by 52. That's $1,987 a week, and that's being conservative. So forget the $200,000. I just took that number, which is very conservative, by the way, and I cut it in half. So do you think in the next 6 months, 8 months, year, 15 months, maybe it takes you 2 years, you think you'd be happy with a couple $1,000s a month and a week in income, in addition to what you earn from Amazon, Best Buy, Williams-Sonoma? So the more customers you build up, and you don't build up the high-ticket customers, you build in the low-hanging fruit. Because like I said before, just because they bought coffee from you, maybe they can have a website of electronic gadgets, which a lot of my students do. So now, here's another thing I want to share with you. Regardless of your niche, and think about this, is a great, great opportunity. I don't care what your niche is. It could be electronics, it could be trips to Hawaii, it could be whatever it is. It could be a political website, against Trump, for Trump, doesn't matter. Okay? On every single one of my students' niche websites, and on every single one of my niche websites, I won't tell you how many sites I own. I probably need therapy. I own 609 websites. Now, it didn't happen overnight. That's a whole other story. And anyway, not important right now. So what I want to share with you is, regardless of your niche, I always have a link to buy coffee, tea, snacks, recipes. And I also have coffee, tea, snacks, beverages rather, because no matter what a person's into, ballet, trips to Europe, doesn't matter. They fall under that category of coffee, tea, snacks, or beverages, water, coconut water, snacks, Kind bars, et cetera, et cetera. So why not give them the opportunity to buy something? Now, here's another thing I want you to think about. My backend system, let's go back to Becky's website before we go. My backend system curates, just like it automatically curates the information from YouTube, it automatically curates information from Amazon, Best Buy, whoever you want to be an affiliate of. Okay? So as an example here, again, it's acting really slow because I'm doing a live webcast. So if I click right here, this is going to take me to the Amazon website. Now, here's something, if you're new to affiliate marketing, here's something you're probably not even thinking about. And right there, this was curated and brought in right from Amazon. Okay? So if I click right here, it's going to take me to the Amazon website. And again, if you're new to this, here's what I want to share with you. Let's say they get here because they're about to buy this Peet's coffee. And then their better half yells over their shoulder, "We just ordered a coffee 2 days ago. We don't need any coffee." But then the person goes, Hey, wait a second. Grandma's anniversary is coming up. I got to get her an anniversary gift. Bingo, doesn't matter. Anything they buy from Amazon at this point, because they went to Amazon from your website, whatever they buy, you're going to get commission. In fact, it gets better than that. If they add something to their cart and they get distracted, the kids are screaming, they got a Skype call, a Zoom call, whatever. They close their browser. In fact, they quit their browser. They go to Amazon the next day, directly to Amazon.com. They forget all about your website. I'm just playing devil's advocate here for a second. Guess what? You still get commission for anything they buy because your cookies are stored on their browser window. How cool is that? Pretty much all the affiliates work in the same way. They typically give you a 10-day to 90-day, what's called cookie redemption policy. So it's a great opportunity, and I want to share this with you one step at a time. Now, if you go to my website, you can get $100 off my niche marketing websites right now just by going to nichebuilders.club, just how it's spelled right here. Okay, now, this is a hidden feature here. The second you try to exit out of my page, the drop-down menu will appear for $100 off my niche websites, which means you're going to get 5 websites for $199 for the next 3 months. Now, if you don't think this is worth the investment, now you've been here for a good 25, 26 minutes. Actually, I guess I'm going into 36 minutes. I didn't mean to make it be this long. But I'm here to help you every step of the way. But I assure you, nothing will happen if you choose to do nothing. So I have a complete turnkey system. Again, go to nichebuilders.club, look at all the features and everything I'm offering you. And again, you don't have to sweat it out. Now, what I'm about to share with you, if you stayed this long to the end, I'm about to share something with you very important, which I've never done before, because I don't make guarantees. I don't know what your ethics are. I guarantee nothing. You can go to a 4-year college and wait tables when you're done. But this is how much I believe in my system. If you sign up for my program, and before the end of 6 months, which means you have your first payment and then your second payment in 3 months, before the 6-month expires, if you're not happy, I don't care what the reason is, you lost interest, you broke up with your girlfriend, whatever, I don't even care. For any reason, A-N-Y reason, you decide this is not for you, I will give your money back to you. You have me on tape or video right now. So if you sign up for my program, $100 off. So the next 3 months from now, you're going to pay $299. So before the end of 6 months, or any time between the next 6 months, if you decide this is not for you, I will refund your money 100%. Now, to addendum that statement, first of all, I've never done this before. So I've never had to ever refund anybody for any reason. So I'm here to help you every step of the way. There's nothing like this out there. You can go to Wix and Weebly and even WordPress. They're not going to give you the tools that I'm giving you. So take advantage of this opportunity. Now, if you want to, when you go to my site, I am so transparent. I put my cell phone number on my website. So if you want to reach out to me and give me a call on my cell phone, I'm here to help you every step of the way. But I assure you, nothing happens if you choose to do nothing. So thanks again for being here. Stay home, stay safe, stay positive. And I mean, like I said, minus your at $299, it comes out to about $20 a website. Where can you go in the business for $20 and get everything needed? And for those of you that think you can't do this, it's the same system. You know, I didn't mention this before. 42% of Jeff Bezos' income comes from exactly what I'm doing, affiliate marketing. There are over 2.2 million affiliates on Amazon. And most of them are not making money because most of them don't have the right system. They're posting products on their social media instead of posting engaging videos, recipes, do-it-yourself, fitness videos, et cetera, et cetera. That's the way you work smart online. I'm a lazy guy. I just turned 61 in May, and I'm having the time of my life. I work 4 to 5 hours a week max, and I make stupid money, and so do my students. In fact, I have students that actually dwarf what I do. I have students that actually, I don't want to get into numbers, but I have a student from Vietnam that, now I haven't tracked him in a couple of months, but back in May, he made over $560,000 using my system in 1 month. I don't do that. I don't do anything close to that. Now, to his credit, he's tapped into the Asian market. He speaks Mandarin, he speaks French, he speaks Vietnamese, and speaks a little bit of English. But I have plenty of students. I could probably think of well over 350 students that make more money than I do. I'm a lazy guy. I don't need to make more than I make 6 figures a month. Okay, and that's fine. Now, granted, I've been doing this for a while, but I work 4 or 5 hours a week, 6 hours a week. I'm here to help you every step of the way. Thanks again for being here. Carpe Diem 2020. Stay home, stay safe, stay positive. Go check out my opportunity. If you want, give me a call on my cell, or we'll do a private Skype session. I'm here to help you every step of the way for selfish reasons. If you're successful, damn it, I'm successful. Thanks again for being here. Enjoy the day and stay safe.